I open my heart this morning in Taizé. I open my heart in gratitude, in faith, and in trust. I know we are that individualized spark in that web of consciousness. I know that we are cared for, loved, held, protected, guided. And I am grateful. I am grateful I remembered my cookies this morning. I'm grateful for this space to bring cookies to. I'm grateful for each one here sharing this service, sharing this space that is enfolded with love, light, life, and great peace. I know that we are sinking deeper into our soul, and we find the wisdom that we need. We find this wisdom that we need to remember we are the miracle, we are the magic, and we are the masters of our creative energy that we have been entrusted with. I am grateful for Diana and her inspiring messages to ponder about our soul and what it is and how it functions for each one of us. Knowing that as we open our mind and our heart and listen with generosity and with curiosity, we are going to hear exactly what we need in this wonderful spiritual journey of returning to the Holy One. Our love expands, our compassion grows, and we experience great empathy for this human experience. I release this prayer into the loving presence, the lawful loving presence, knowing it is done, that these words have power, and this prayer is unfolding right now. And I call it done, and together we say,
and so it is.
Amen.
Amen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, welcome. Welcome back if you've been on journeys. Some of us have. If you're new with us here this morning online, my name is Reverend Diana Johnson, and I'm the pastor and spiritual director for Mystic Heart Spiritual Center. We're an independent interfaith community that teaches universal principles and practical spirituality, following the common threads of truth that run through all of the world's great traditions. So I pray that this morning will lead you to the guidance and the wisdom of your own mystic heart. We begin our meditative journey this morning by joining our voices, deepening our intimate connection.
Welcome home to your mystic heart. Lay aside whatever came before. Let your own intuition start to guide you to heaven's door. Welcome home to your mystic heart. Lay aside whatever came before. Let your own intuition start to guide you to heaven's door. To guide you to heaven's door. To guide you to heaven's door. dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love. I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love. I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love. I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love. I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love. Surrendering in love. Surrendering in love.
Each one of us using the breath to drop down into the inner chamber, to the very heart of who we are, to the very love within us. Taking a long, slow, deep breath in and feeling a brief pause and then letting it go. Feeling the presence of new life entering your being with every breath in. Breathing in vibrant energy and then sending that energy out into the world on the out-breath. Creating an atmosphere of love, peace, and wholeness, both within and without. Taking another moment to follow the breath as it settles into its own natural flow. And then allowing it to slow just a little bit. Let the breath become silent. And now moving awareness away from the breath, grounding even more deeply into the silence. Into the timeless nature of your being. Feeling your oneness with the creative intelligence of the universe. And acknowledging your oneness with the global community. Sensing a web of consciousness that surrounds and infuses the planet. Each of us a radiant point of light in that web. Knowing that all beings carry divine spark. Every human, every creature, every plant, a part of the web. Every rock and grain of sand, every drop of water, infused with God's radiant light. extending still further into the cosmos, acknowledging the wind and the clouds, the stars and the planets, all emanations of one light, one life. Acknowledging our connection with all of life, our collective work is empowered. Our collective prayer and meditation leave an imprint of peace, of love, and grace on the world for all time. In this moment, we know that transformation is underway and wholeness is being revealed. By our coming together, sharing in prayer, meditation, and visioning, we are listening for the soft voice of the soul. What is the soul? Some would say that it is the immaterial aspect or spirit that animates the human form. It is the absolutely unique point within us where our humanity and our divinity are joined. The invisible, immeasurable essence that makes us who we are. Another definition of soul. Your soul is your hidden reservoir of limitless wisdom, peace, and joy. Your best guide for setting priorities and living at a sustainable pace. It is the part of you God held last, just before releasing your free flight into the world. Take a moment of silent reflection. Is there such a thing as the soul? And if so, what is it? Listen for what Spirit has to say. There is a belief that exists in many traditions that each soul is on a journey, that it travels from lifetime to lifetime, taking form again and again, adapting, changing, and growing by its experiences. That the soul's development is responsible for the inherent qualities we bring into our lives from birth. And that it makes its way along a continuum of spiritual development, coming to know itself more and more as an expression of the divine. How do we tend to such a nebulous thing as the soul? Where do we look to determine what the soul needs? What it has to say? I believe that we are given the tools we need to hear its soft and gentle guidance. feelings, intuition, preferences, insights. The question is, are we attending to our feelings, acknowledging them as pointers to what the soul is calling for? Are we listening for the soft voice of intuitive guidance in our daily lives? Are we using the insights we are given to change direction or behavior? It is so easy to allow ourselves to be distracted from the inner life. Every moment offers opportunities to place our focus elsewhere. We can become so busy with the doing that we lose track of the being. While I believe that we are here to do things, to be in sacred service by growing our human capacities, improving our relationships, caring for our material surroundings, what matters is our state of being as we walk the earth, serving as the hands, feet, hearts, and voices of the divine. Questions that I use to check in with my state of being, to address the soft voice of the soul. Am I being a mindful and loving presence, improving upon the spaces that I enter? Am I at peace, feeling content? And if not, why not? The simplest things like, am I getting enough rest? Am I engaging with too many activities or people, expecting too much of myself? What is my motivation for doing the things that I do? Am I nourishing my physical body with healthy food? Do I honor my body with healthy movement each day? Do I spend time in nature? Take the time to notice the beauty that surrounds me? In short, how am I feeling about what I am doing and who I am being? We are self-reflective beings. We have the capacity to think, plan, analyze, and choose. And also to reflect upon our own thoughts and choices. We're able to listen to how we are feeling about ourselves and our lives, and to choose again where needed. But do we honor ourselves enough to take the time for reflection? Do we listen and really attend to the soft voice of the soul? We have the capacity to ask for guidance from life itself, from Great Spirit, from the infinite intelligence of the universe, and to listen for answers. But do we slow down long enough, become humble in our asking, and listen for a higher wisdom than our own?
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning here. And I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment, here to a new beginning, here. And I'm seeing life so clearly now. Here I go, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer to my sacred source. So get ready, my soul. Get ready to guide me on this journey, to take me into unknown territory, to fulfill your destiny in and as my life, to show me my original face, the divine image and likeness that I was created to be. The soul is shy. Only under very exceptional circumstances will she ever initiate a conversation. We must seek her out, coax her into revealing her wisdom, her inspiration. We must be very still and patient if we wish to see a deer in the forest. And similarly, we must ask gently and wait very patiently if we are to hear the soul speak. And when the soul does speak to us, it is our turn to get ready, to expect the unexpected, to listen attentively, without judgment, with profound receptivity, humility, trusting that divine grace is revealing our truest, most authentic self to us. And most importantly, we must get ready to act on what is given to us. The soul's message is a divine commandment, a sacred covenant, the will of the Spirit that indwells us, our higher self. It transforms who we are and what we do. In our 3 minutes of shared sacred silence this morning, let us open ourselves fully to the wellspring of wisdom, peace, and joy that bubbles up from our very soul. And let us be transformed, allowing our lives to align ever more completely with our soul's purpose, to become the highest vision of our divine self that we can possibly imagine. Sacred source of all blessings, Divine Mother, Holy Father, thank you for this time of intimate communion with you and with these beautiful saints who worship with me. Thank you for your continued guidance and inspiration, and may we always be attentive to your voice as it speaks through our soul. The soul is the divine spark within each of us, the omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient Creator, individualized and personified as you, as me. It is the eternal and infinite part of our beingness. All that God is dwells within us. With our hearts and minds open and receptive to Reverend Diana's continued inspiration, we allow ourselves to be moved, to be changed, as our soul joins in the divine dialogue, and we listen for the soft voice of the soul.
The soul is our unique expression of the divine in human form. It gives us our distinct qualities, characteristics, and gifts so that we can share them with the world. It is our soul's purpose in this lifetime to pour out our gifts, to give unconditionally, to live wholeheartedly. Now the question becomes, what do I have to offer? What are my unique gifts? How will my self-givingness take form in the world? The first step in answering these questions is to first ask, what do I love? St. Thomas Aquinas suggested that the things that we love tell us what we are. And the poet Rumi wrote, "Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray." Love is magnetic. It leads us to our purpose. We can't miss it, and we can't resist it. In the words of Gabby Bernstein, if it's your calling, it will keep calling. Don't I know that one? Author Angelus Arian suggests that where we are full-hearted in our lives, we are deeply engaged, responsible, reliable, and committed. I'm going to repeat that. Where we are full-hearted in our lives, we are deeply engaged, responsible, reliable, and committed. That makes it pretty easy to discover where our own full-heartedness lies. Where are you fully involved in manifesting what has heart and meaning for you? It can be anything. Take a moment and look within yourself. Where do you willingly spend your free time? What kinds of activities make time disappear? Move you into a flow that leaves you feeling peaceful and contented. Listen for what the soft voice of the soul has to say. We'll take these questions and more into our conscious conversation this morning. But let's take a moment to close our Taizé in prayer. Join me in knowing that right here in this holy moment, I am listening for the soft voice of my soul. I am taking the time to remember who and whose I am. To remember that there is one source, one life, and that I am an integral part of that one. I am here on purpose, a perfect expression of the divine, uniquely made so that my soul might continue along its amazing journey, so that I might share my gifts with other souls that cross my path. This life is so much bigger than we realize. There is so much more going on than our human senses can perceive. So I choose to consciously place my faith in the goodness of life, in the perfection of all that is unfolding, and in the grace of the one I call God. As I make this conscious choice from a place of spiritual power and authority, my life reflects goodness back to me. I have absolute faith that my powerful word is creative and moving into form and experience right here and right now for each one listening. A prayer spoken and deeply felt is a prayer answered. And so I release it fully and completely to the loving, lawful presence, calling it done. And so it is.
So it is.
Amen. Bringing awareness gently back into the space. Noticing the sensations of the body. Maybe as you're ready, opening your eyes. Your hearts even more. Your minds even more. Take a look at who is here to celebrate with you this morning. Your spiritual family, one of your support systems. As we close our Taizé, we offer the opportunity this morning for you to share of your financial good in support of the work that we're doing, should you choose to do that. And if you're joining us online, you can go to mysticheart.org and you'll find a donate button and a mailing address. We are a self-sustaining community, depending on your generous gifts. So if you find value in what you received this morning, share the love. As we circulate our good, I offer a video this morning by Jack Johnson and playing For Change, Better Together.
No combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I can try for your heart. Our dreams, they are made out of real things, like a shoebox of photographs with sepia tone loving. Love is the answer, at least for most of the questions in my heart, like why are we here and where do we go and how come it's so hard. It's not always easy and sometimes life can be deceiving. A I tell you one thing, it's so much better when we're together. So much better when we're together. Look at them stars when we're together. Yeah, so much better when we're together. Yeah, so much better when we're together. All of these moments just might find their way into my dreams tonight, but I know that they'll be gone. The morning light sings, so it brings new things. But tomorrow night you see that they'll be gone too. Too many things I gotta do. But if all of these dreams might find their way into my day-to-day scene, I'd be under the impression I was somewhere in between, with only two, just me and you. Now so many things we gotta do, the places we got to be. We'll sit beneath the mango tree. Yeah, so much better when we're together. We're somewhere in between together. Yeah, so much better when we're together. Yeah, so much better when we're together. I believe in memories, they look so pretty when I sleep. Hey now, when I wake up, you look so pretty, sleeping next to me. But there is not enough time. There is no song I could sing, and there is no combination of words I could say, but I will still tell you one thing, we're better together. So much better when we're together. So much better when we're together.
I'm going there someday. I am.
I know that.
We are so much better and stronger when we're together.
Amen. Amen.
So I say thank you for these gifts as they're given of spirit through your hearts and hands and lives into this community, knowing that we receive them with gratitude and that we grow them and expand them and that we just shower the community with them. So you're a part of something bigger than just yourself. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you to each one. And so it is. So we're going to bless you on your way to either something to drink, to come back for conversation, or on to the rest of your day, or on to go take a breather from this and come back for lunch, or whatever your choices are. But whatever they are, we have a new bulletin out today. We have a couple of flyers for different things. One of them covers all the new things coming this week, so you have them all in one place as well as in the bulletin. They're on the website, so if you miss something, I don't know what to tell you. So grab your flyers if you want them or need them or want to share them with someone else. And here we go. May your soul always find what it's looking for. May your heart always lead the way. May you live in peace and harmony. And may love always fill your day. May your path be strewn with happiness. May success find you everywhere. May you always embrace compassion and grace. And God always answer your prayer. God bless you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. And we have come together once again, back in the presence of the Holy One, the universal consciousness, the one mind. And we come with great gratitude and great joy for having this sacred, safe space to share and to discuss and to talk about things that are important to our spiritual journey, allowing us to ponder, consider, unlearn, and relearn. And we are grateful. I'm grateful for each person here with their stories to tell. I am grateful for the sound of the children in the background. I am grateful for the smells coming out of the kitchen. And I am just in gratitude that autumn is finally approaching.
Amen.
Amen. And so we close this prayer knowing each one will receive and learn what it is they need to move on and forward into their highest and best self and enjoy their highest and best outcomes. And together we say, and so it is. Amen.
Well, good morning. Welcome. Or welcome back if you were here earlier. If you're new with us here online this morning, my name's Reverend Diana Johnson. I'm pastor and spiritual director for Mystic Heart Spiritual Center. And we are an independent interfaith community that teaches universal principles and practical spirituality, following the common threads of truth that run throughout the world's traditions. So I pray that this morning you are discovering the wisdom and guidance of your own mystic heart. That's what we're here to do. So let's keep things moving with some upbeat musical prayer. If you want to sing along or get up and dance or move or go hug people or whatever you want to do, feel free.
Just keep your clothes on.
Just keep your clothes on. Welcome to the Mystic Heart. Join the celebration. Lift your voice and sing your part. Make this affirmation. Spirit made us melody. With loving hearts to share. Together we are joyfully practicing the possible through prayer. Seems appropriate song like that for listening to the voice of the soul. So let's keep that powerful energy going and growing as we join in the sacred practice of envisioning a love-soaked world. We enter now into the imaginal realm together, that space of infinite potential where spirit and matter are working together, turning all things to good. We find ourselves in a world where all human beings are living from their deepest wisdom and generosity, their most loving nature, thoughtful of the impact their words and thoughts and actions have on one another and on the community and on the planet. This is a world without greed, where there's abundance in having enough, where all needs are met gracefully and easily, where nutritious food, clean water, and air are readily available to all, no matter where you live, the color of your skin, or which family you were born into. Where warm and comfortable and affordable housing is a given for all beings. Where all beings feel a sense of safety and belonging and contribution. Where mental and physical health, education, and healthy relationships are ensured by social systems grounded in integrity, honesty, and wholeness. Ours is a world where all beings work and play at whatever feeds the soul, and each one is abundantly compensated for their service. All are valued and respected for their inherent goodness. Authenticity and vulnerability are not only welcomed, but celebrated. The peace we cultivate within ourselves shows up as a world free of hatred, violence, indifference. The love that we are here to share is given freely to whomever our hearts are called to love. Amen. We have moved beyond all lines of separation. Live as one human family, caring for one beautiful planet with the reverence that she deserves. By the power of our collective intention, our powerful imagining and inspired action, we have undergone an amazing transformation. We are living in a world that works for all beings. Giving no power to appearances, we live according to our highest aspirations. We do not lower our vision, no matter what the world may show us. We're at peace with our families, our friends, our neighbors, and other nations. This community stands as an open and welcoming space and home for all who seek support, belonging, and a sense of family during this time of profound transformation. This community redefines church as a place of self-discovery, authenticity, kindness, radical inclusion, and love, as we are guided to the truth that lies within each one of our hearts. Giving thanks for the beauty of our world and trusting that a prayer spoken and deeply felt is a prayer answered. My word is acted upon here and now in full acceptance and great joy. With the deepest humility, I release this prayer to the one who gets it done, and so it is. Amen. What a beautiful world. What a beautiful world. Well, bringing our awareness back into this space, saying good morning. If we haven't already, we probably have made the rounds and had our hugs and all the things. But if you were with us this morning in Taizé, you'll know we've been listening for the soft voice of the soul. Our month theme this month is Be Still and Know. And a lot of my focus this month will be on the soul. So for those who weren't here, we defined the soul as the immaterial aspect or spirit that animates the human form as one possible definition, not trying to define for you, but these are some of the ideas that we contemplated. That it might be the invisible, immeasurable essence that makes up who we are. And we considered the belief that exists in many traditions that each soul is on a journey, that it travels from lifetime to lifetime, taking form again and again, not necessarily as human all the time, just changing form, adapting, changing, growing by its experiences, that the soul's development is responsible for the inherent qualities that we bring in at birth on this plane, in this meat suit. I love your meat suit. So that the soul is moving potentially along a continuum of spiritual development, coming to know itself more and more and more as an expression of the divine. We reflected on our individuality and our unique gifts that we're meant to offer, we're given so that we might offer the world, and how listening for what we love can lead us to discover those unique gifts, the purpose of our being here, our calling. So I want to use a favorite quote this morning by Howard Thurman as a springboard for this morning's conversation. I've used this many times before, I realize, but I think it bears repeating. Ask yourself what makes you come alive and go do that, because what the world needs is people who have come alive. I think that's a really powerful and empowering quote. So first question for y'all this morning, what makes you come alive? What is it that makes you come alive?
Helping other people.
Helping other people. Okay. Music. Music. Yeah.
Being out in nature.
Being out in nature. Yeah.
For me, this morning is being out in the moonlight.
Being out under the moonlight, early morning. Yeah, beautiful. The night sky is so beautiful.
I would say that for me, there's a felt sense of being in God communion, a felt sense that there's an energy conduit flowing between source energy and me, and that really can enliven anything I do.
Yes.
And so what I'm most seeking now is to come back into that alignment the countless times,
Yes.
which is every time you shift from one activity to another, like what's next,
Right.
that feels like it's in that alignment.
Yeah. Nice. Maintaining that alignment from activity to activity, from moment to moment. You know, within my mind, the phrase I use for that is, but first prayer.
Yeah.
It's like I'm shifting activity, but first prayer. And that prayer can just be a breath, just a moment of recognition of that, that unity. Chris?
Watching this young child parade happily in his best life as Spider-Man.
Very nice. Yeah. Anything else you want to share?
I'd say family, connection,
Yeah.
shared joy.
Family, connection, shared joy. Yeah. All of these things that you're bringing up, they ring true. So many things. Being in nature, I love that. You guys can probably guess my list. So, gardening and cooking and studying and writing
Has
and
to start with the garden.
teaching. And, yeah, walking barefoot brings me alive. So how much time do you give to these pursuits, to these activities that bring you alive? Or these processes or whatever they are that you mentioned?
Not enough.
Huh?
Not enough.
Not enough. Okay. Yeah?
Well, I try to shoot for half an hour walking in the cool morning.
Okay. Half an hour walking in the cool morning, because that brings
That
you
wakes me
alive.
up, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And I concentrate on things.
Uh-huh. Walking meditation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Nice.
I'm careful so I still watch where I'm going and don't run into a pole.
Good idea. No falling in a hole, no running into a pole. That's always good. So, Yeah, go ahead, April.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
for me, I would say by choice and by design and by practice, probably 90% of my day.
Right.
I gotta sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
other than that, I think you can, no matter what you're doing, if it's joy and
Right.
and just being in relationship, you can do that, you know.
Yeah.
Whether it was me showering kind of with freezing water on intermittently last night while he screamed and laughed and tried to get away from me, or whatever it is, you can find
Right.
that all day long.
Yeah. So our potential, our capacities and our potential is that we can be in that state all the time. But what does it take to do that?
Intention.
Intention,
Choice.
choice,
Willingness.
Takes-
willingness.
Takes owning that choice rather than
Owning
saying,
that
I gotta
choice.
do this. We say,
Right.
no, I'm choosing to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say cultivating the inner witness,
Okay.
that you're conscious and aware of what you're choosing, what you're
Yes.
thinking. So there's these two levels of consciousness, what's going on and then your
Right.
observation. And
Yeah.
am I in alignment? Is this right for me now? It
Right.
might not be something that I super enjoy,
Yeah.
but it's right for me now, then I can bring myself
Right.
to it.
It can still enliven me if
Yes.
I recognize
Yes.
that it's for me now. This
Mhm.
is mine right now. Yeah, I find it sad that when preparing to choose a career in my younger life, I wasn't asked, what do you do with your free time? I think that would be a really empowering question. It's one that I did ask my son at some point when he was trying to get me to choose his major for him. And I said, that's not going to happen. You have to decide what that is. And he says, I don't know how to choose because I love so many things. So I said, what do you do with all of your free time? And he went, oh, okay. So, were you asked that question?
It would not have made
No.
a good career.
Huh?
It would not have made a good career.
Would not be a good career. You know this for sure?
At that age,
Uh-huh.
what made me happy and all that, what I
Yeah.
spent all my free time on, no, it would not have made
Okay.
a good career.
All right, well,
Good point, lady.
all right.
Pharmacist, maybe.
Uh-huh. So what kinds of questions were we asked instead?
How are your grades?
How are your grades?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What school will you go to?
What school will you go to?
What do you
Why
want
are
to be
you
when you
wasting
grow up?
time with me?
What do you want to be when you grow up, and why are you wasting time on your music?
And you'll never make a living out of
You'll
that.
never
Yeah, I
make a
know.
living doing
I
that.
never knew, I just.
Yeah,
Even what are you good at, which doesn't
Right.
necessarily point to what you
you
love
love.
doing.
right.
Yeah.
What are you good at? Yeah, I'm really good with numbers. And I should not have become and didn't become an accountant. I mean, that's just not in my stream of what I love. So when we're engaging in activities that fulfill us, we are living a wholehearted life. We're listening for the soft voice of the soul. 'Cause what fulfills us is, I believe, is that whatever you want to call that soul, that spirit's prompting. What does it look like to live a half-hearted life?
Sad.
Anybody ever been there? Yeah, sad.
Drudgery.
Drudgery,
Frustrating.
frustrating.
Stuck
Yeah,
in a rut.
stuck in a rut. Yeah,
Unfulfilled.
unfulfilled.
Drinking tepid coffee.
Drinking tepid coffee. Oh, either ice it or heat it. My goodness, you know. Letting other people determine, like, who I am or who I should be. That's a half-hearted life for me. Listening to all the outer voices and then the inner voices that are left over from the outer voices growing up. Bob?
Yeah, just, I hated the feeling of being tired.
Okay.
Like,
Feeling of being tired.
as a maintenance man at the paper mill, and they were even union, they said, it's mandatory overtime. No way you get
Right.
out of it, so
Yeah.
felt like, well, I gotta work it.
Yeah, when you're feeling forced to do or be something that's beyond what you really have the energy to give it, yeah. That definitely leads to half-hearted. Cheryl, and then Marsh.
Not being able to make decisions.
Not being able to make
Depending on somebody
decisions.
else.
Okay. Not being able, or I'm going to insert the word willing to make decisions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Marsh, and then
I
Chris.
think a lot of folks' reality, and it was mine for quite a few years, is working at a job that doesn't fulfill you, or even
Right.
worse, might be a negative, in order to have perhaps 16 hours of joy on the weekend,
Right.
you know? So yeah, that's
Yeah.
something where, in my own case, I was making a lot of money doing that, and then stopped, and then was broke and playing music and much happier.
Right.
Yeah.
So having a day
Doesn't always
job
make you happy.
that really does not fulfill you in order to get to do what you love in your free time.
Yeah.
Right.
Chris?
Having the courage to make choices that may contradict the societal expectations.
Yeah. So having that courage leads to a wholehearted life. Yeah. Chris?
I just want to insert that it's, in our study of the Bible, you know, that there's that line in it that says, "Be ye perfect, even as your Father in heaven
Right.
is perfect."
Yeah.
One of the definitions of perfect is wholehearted.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the word that they translated as perfect, but
Right.
it means it's live full out.
Yeah.
Give your
Has
whole
nothing
self
to
whatever
do
you're
with our
doing.
human definition of perfection. Human perfection. So what about the half-hearted life and the shoulds? Is a half-hearted life full of a lot of shoulds? Or could it be, rather than
Usually.
wants?
Yeah.
How about have-tos instead of choose-tos? Yeah. How often do you hear yourself, and maybe you have outgrown this pattern, it's a place that I used to be, and from time to time catch myself still saying, you know, I have to do this or I have to do that, instead of I'm choosing to do this with my time. I see.
It's okay, you covered it.
Oh, okay, sorry. So not only is that a half-hearted way for me to live when I should instead of want, when I have to instead of choose, but it also puts me into a victim role, and it releases me from responsibility
For your own life.
for my whole life. That's a whole nother talk. So we're going to put that aside for another day. So here's an interesting experiment. Excuse me. Think of something that you have to do this week that's on your calendar that you feel, you know, it's okay to feel like I have to do this, maybe because I committed to it or because it earns me a living or whatever. Anybody want to share your have to?
I have to drive to San Francisco to go to my aunt's release of ashes on San Francisco Bay.
Okay. That's a big have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. JP?
I have to write a couple of messages to people with whom there's a lot of pain in the relationship.
Another big have to.
Yeah, I mean, it's a choose to in the sense that Kat mentioned this earlier, you know, it's something that I don't want to do now, but I know that it will
Right.
serve me
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the future.
Yeah. Thank you. Chris?
That points out the difference between choosing to and wanting to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We don't always want to do the things that we choose to do, but we choose to do them because of a constellation of other things that are more important than
Yeah.
I don't wanna.
So here's the experimental part. Whatever it was you chose, I have to do this week, change your languaging. Instead of I have to, say I choose to. Because you don't really have to.
Right.
Do you? There are alternatives, aren't there? Of course, every alternative carries a consequence. within ourselves or without. So we make our choices based on the effects we wish to experience, but they are still our own choices to make. So standing in, I'm choosing to drive to San Francisco this week for the honor of releasing, I'm choosing to write messages to people with whom I have strained relations so that it may create some relief in the situation or within myself. Even I have to go to work this week because it earns me money to sustain my family. I choose to go to work this week so that my family will continue to have a roof over their heads and food on the table. It's a whole different energy. So does it or does it not feel more empowering to consciously relanguage and make those choices? To feel a sense of choice about things.
It's
Chris?
almost experience a sense of gratitude for the doing of it.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I can go to work and
Right.
support. I am grateful that I am able to go witness a celebration of
Yeah.
ashes. So it turns it almost into a gratitude.
Right.
Recognizing that you have this.
Yeah. Yeah. Does April? Go ahead.
Probably one of the most defiant, uncontrollable human beings that's ever lived on the planet. I can say that is very important to me. Because if I say that anything says I have to, that thing controls me and is forcing me to behave in a certain way, right?
Right.
I absolutely refuse to accept that. So I never say have to, because it gives my power away.
Right.
I say I get to,
Mm-hmm.
I choose to.
Yeah.
Or something like that, because then it makes me feel like I'm in charge.
Right.
That just makes me feel better.
Right.
So then, plus, I always say, I'm really big on saying, you cannot be the victim of your own choices.
Right.
You cannot choose to do something and then complain and cry that
Right.
You are not the victim of your choices.
No.
That's
true.
will take you down a whole low vibrational, angry, resentful path.
Yep.
And in the end of that, you chose that.
Right.
Yeah.
You chose to do that, or you chose to feel that way, or you chose to think about that.
Yeah.
You chose that. So take responsibility for
Right.
it and either be happy with it, find a way to be happy with it, or do something else.
Right.
And being grateful is a big thing. All these people at work I wouldn't even go near the downtown terminal because all those drivers are complaining all day long. It's such a meh place to be, right? There's funk everywhere. And I stop and I'm like, man, if this job was gone tomorrow that you're complaining about so much today, if it was gone tomorrow and you didn't know how you were going to feed your family and you didn't know how you were going to pay your mortgage or your rent, and you're now facing loss of your life, you would certainly be grateful if someone said, well, maybe we'll just keep you at this job.
Right.
All of a sudden, your entire perspective would change, and it's because we just fall into that pattern of seeing the negative and feeling like we're forced to. And no, I'm grateful that I have a job.
Yeah.
I got to get up early because I have a job that I go to that allows me to afford to live my life.
Right.
And I think it's just perspective.
Yeah. I choose to get up early so that I get to keep my job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also gives a sense of purpose. 'Cause
Yeah.
I witness many people that appear to have no purpose.
Right.
And there's a sadness in their eyes, there's a emptiness. So we do need purpose, and in our worldly lives, we can choose our purpose.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's a sense of purpose.
Chris.
That reminded me when I was in public education, I viewed that as a ministry. And April, you view your job as a ministry as well, I know, just the way you take care of your people. It's a service to humanity, and that gives that sense of purpose that Chris was just
Right.
talking about.
Yeah.
That, again, you're serving something higher than just yourself.
Right. Yeah, when you say you call it a ministry, the word minister means servant. That's what it means. Marsh?
To tag on to what Chris said, my experience with music is that I've always, I should say, have used it as a means of making a living, as
Mhm.
well as loving it, which is a nice situation, but
Right.
it adds a certain, I don't know, a certain pressure to the whole thing. And so now doing it exclusively as a ministry, I'm just enjoying the heck out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm finding that, you know, like, I don't know, songs are coming easier, and it's just, it's a whole different mindset, and I'm really enjoying
Yeah.
it. You know, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's a big
awesome.
difference.
It's a sign of emotional, okay, 2 more, and then we're gonna move forward, which is fun, yeah. Gotta look back and forth.
I traveled yesterday 17 hours, and it's like,
Oof.
I can either have that be like drudge work, you know, like I'm traveling 17 hours, you know, or how can I help, you know, or how can I be more gracious and kind, you know, and so if someone cuts in front of me and then they're, oh, I cut in front of you, it's okay, well, I'll get there, you know, just trying to be that, and,
Right.
and these gals, you know, you have your layover and everyone's trying to eat and do their thing and get to their flight, and I'm standing there waiting for my order, and they keep calling the same 90, and finally I go up there and I go, do you know who 90 is? They're like, well, it's that guy sitting right there. And so I went up to him and said, they're calling for your food. And he goes, oh, okay, thank you. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
how can I
Right.
just not be in my
My
head,
head,
you know?
yeah. Right, thank you. Lucinda.
This conversation was kind of
I love
reminding
that.
me of a
That's what
job
I
I
would do
had
too.
where it's like,
Figure it out.
part of the whole thing was we would get together like at lunch or a little bit time afterwards and complain about the people that we were serving because it was customer service,
Uh-huh.
you know, and listening to everyone and everything, it makes me think about maybe I should stop every once in a while and say, where in my life might I still be doing the victim thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because that's basically what we were doing.
Yeah.
You know, thinking about that book, Why People Don't Heal and How They Can.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that is because of camaraderie. Part of that is because you start feeling like this is your family. It's a pretty dysfunctional family.
Right.
But
Yeah.
you can really get sunk into that thing. And so, yeah, maybe I still carry that habit. I'm not conscious of it, but it might be a real good thing to put into my writing every once in a while.
Yeah, it is a good thing to look at. Yeah. So it does take, it's a sign of emotional and spiritual maturity to step into owning your choices instead of feeling the have to. So I really admire your willingness to walk into a place where you know I'm going to say stuff like this. Not everyone's ready to step into that level of responsibility. And that's okay too. People are where they need to be. But let's shift a bit and talk about another way of listening to the soft voice of the soul. I'm reading a book right now. It's this one. It's called Soul Talk by Kirk Byron Jones. And he's a Zion Baptist preacher, of all things.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. But he is so amazingly universal in his teaching, his writing, and his approach that I'm really, really enjoying this book. I'm not even sure. I found it on my shelf as I'm packing down books to put in hold while we're making this transition. And I went, oh, that goes perfectly with another book I'm going to be leading in March Maybe I should pull it and give it a read. I don't even know when I bought it or what. It's a fantastic book. So I want to share some of his ideas about the soul's voice and then get your feedback, because we all have different ideas maybe about that. He says this, he says, soul communication comes forth from inside you and from outside of you. So let's start with what might he mean by that? Cherie?
The divine expresses through you,
Mhm.
as you, and through and as other people. Also.
Okay. All right. Chris?
And adding to that, as we are in our human experience, we are listening to music, we are listening to podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
we're reading books, so ideas are being brought to our awareness and our attention
Right.
through others as a result of the divine moving through.
Yeah.
And then our willingness to recognize that is something I needed to hear.
Right. Okay, good. So it might be our own go ahead.
Say, I remember years ago I was trying to access my intuition to hear the soul's voice, and I was being distracted by music. Somebody was playing music in the house, and I was irritated about it. And then I finally realized that the song that was playing, the lyrics were the answer to what I was trying to
Yeah.
I've had that
Yes.
experience.
Like telling spirit within whatever you call that, be quiet. I'm trying to meditate.
I'm looking for an answer.
I'm looking for an answer. Shh. I don't know. I've done that. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one.
No.
But our own feelings, our own intuition, our own insights, our own inner voice, whatever we call that, can be the soul speak. And books, songs, poetry, other people, situations, circumstances, nature. These can all be ways that Spirit speaks through us, to us. So learning to discern the soul's voice from the other voices that live inside our heads, that can be tricky sometimes. This author suggests that there are certain indicators we can look for. And his view is that the soul's voice is distinct, non-anxious, clear, light-hearted, challenging, and patient. So I'd like to share a couple of pages that offer some descriptions of those things, and between each one we'll pause for discussion, if that's okay. So he starts with distinct. So consider that it might be so that the voice of your soul has its own unique sound. It comes from a place that is of this world and yet beyond it all at the same time. It is a voice that is gentle, but always strongly certain. Though soul voice may remind you of certain persons in your life, especially those with whom you have a special bond, the soul voice will always hold something strangely more in its sound. Any thoughts about his idea about the soul's voice being distinct? Chris?
One of the distinctions for me is that it's not something that I would have normally thought of by myself.
Okay.
In my default mental state, I guess.
Right.
There's something new and
Mm-hmm.
strange about it.
So something I would not have thought up on my own. It wouldn't be a normal thought or idea for me. Marsh?
I can identify it now because it seems like the voices, the regular voices in my head, 70 or 80 of them, now are always sort of asking questions, if you will. Should we, whatever it might be. And when I get advice from my soul, it's kind of just like what you said. It's direct, it's gentle, but it's telling me do this.
Right.
Instead of, do you think you should? How do you feel about that? None of that.
Right.
It's kind of, this is what you need to
Nudge.
do. And it's
Nudge, yeah.
And I definitely I can definitely tell the difference now,
Good. Thank you. Michael?
I find one of my most often experiences with that still small voice is comforting me.
Mm-hmm.
It comes at times of perhaps distress or worry or danger, and it often says things like, "It's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be okay," and that is so
Yeah.
comforting. It's just like I don't know.
Yeah, so the voice of the soul is comforting.
Well, very
Nice.
much so. Yeah.
Lucinda and then JB.
Well, a lot of times for me, it's an urge,
Mm-hmm.
you know, at times also, it's like this gentle, or the way I see things changes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm involved in this conversation or listening to this conversation, but something comes through and I'm reminded I need to go down the middle of this because everything happens in the mind of God.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my reminder that I might be getting a little bit too far off into political or whatever else
Yeah.
that I might be discussing. It's just,
Worldly thing.
yeah, and it's this reminder to be in the center.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to describe that, but the way I see things changes.
Yeah, thank you. JB and then Cherie.
You know, I tend to think of the voice as not distinct, but as universal.
Mm-hmm.
My belief is that since none of us is truly a separate entity, that if we're completely open, body, mind, spirit,
Mm-hmm.
that it will sound and feel the same to everybody. Could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Guess it doesn't really make any difference one way or the other.
Right, wrong, you know, what's that? Speaking of universal.
Yeah.
Thank you. Cherie.
I was thinking of what you say your job is to comfort the afflicted.
And afflict the comfortable. Yeah.
And so when Michael was saying that, I was thinking the opposite of pull me out of my comfort zone,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And so then that's what jogged that memory of that quote,
Right.
because both do happen
Yes.
when we need that comfort.
Right.
But I tend to be a person that finds my way to very comfortable
Right.
in life.
Mm-hmm.
And
So you need
I
me.
need that. Yeah, I need you. And I need the divine that's coming through you. That's what that is, you know, no, don't, I know you're comfy. I know you
Right.
are. But let's go. Let's
Yeah.
move forward now.
You've been
And
comfy
so-
for long enough. Time to
Yeah.
take a step.
Yeah, so that voice, I would say, I was trying to think of a word, but like constructive.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And, you know, there's that urge, like Lucinda was saying, that urge to evolve,
Right.
comes through,
Yeah.
always towards, me bringing my gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can be comfortable and I'm sort of bringing my gifts, but not
Right.
in full blossom.
Right.
And then there's that urge of, no, there's more.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
more to be revealed.
Nice. Thank you. I love witnessing it. I think I'm seeing it again. So I'm going to read another paragraph, and if you have another thought, we'll have another opportunity to build on this. So he's saying it's distinct, but it's non-anxious. The voice itself, whether you think of it as a heard voice, or he uses voice, but he also talks about it as a feeling, an intuition, an insight, a nudge. So it's not necessarily an audible thing. But whatever it is non-anxious, he says. Even when the message is serious and urgent, your soul will never communicate to create destructive tension within you. So constructive, like you were saying. Though it will at times risk planting seeds of creative tension. That's how he voiced that one. The soul sound is filled with peaceful reassurance. Soul voice is calm, always seeming to take your emotional state into deepest consideration. Your soul will never say anything to you that it believes you are truly unable to hear. Only gives you what you're ready for. What are your thoughts? Anything new coming up, Chris?
What came up was the opposite of that, where, you know, where in conversation, somebody will say, no, you gotta understand what I'm saying here. That's that anxiety. You know.
Right.
It's important to me that you understand, we've run into hundreds of people like that.
Yes.
Even in ministerial school.
Yes.
And
even today, even
we're
now.
out of that, and I love them to pieces, but the soul doesn't do that.
Right.
It said, here's the truth, here's the information.
Yeah.
I can't make you follow this advice, I can't.
Right.
But here it is, and I'm not gonna get upset if you
Right.
don't.
Yeah. The quote from Taizé today, and I wasn't familiar with the author, so I won't quote the author, but the quote itself was, if it is your calling, it will keep calling. So it isn't gonna force.
That was
Gabby Bernstein?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not gonna force, but it will continue to present. My soul was creating this place long before I ever knew that's what was happening.
And it may keep presenting, but in different ways.
Yes.
So that you might have a better chance to recognize it.
Right. Could present in different ways, or at different times you may be different and differently receptive than you were.
So sometimes it's just a gentle reminder
Mm-hmm.
that this is the path I've chosen.
Ah, owning the choice of your path. Yeah.
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 And sometimes, if I have before said sometimes I can get real into the bright sparklies that come up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just this gentle, remember what you chose.
Right. Yeah. That's really an important thing, especially during trying times, when things are hard, because sometimes things are hard. So clarity would be the next one he talks about. Though we may muddle the soul's messages with our subsequent fears and doubts, initial soul message sending is as clear as can be. Soul clarity is rooted in soul certainty. Never unsure about what it says, soul expression is direct and forthright. Though we may be doubtful about what we hear, the soul is never doubtful about what it says. I'm going to read this next part of this. I was going to leave it out, but I think I won't. Now there is this. Sometimes the soul's clarity is purposefully foggy. My experience is that the soul is intentionally unclear in order to create in you a desire to search further and dig deeper. The soul is not above using mystery to make you curious. Thomas Merton wrote, "Some things are too clear to be understood." Your not fully understanding is nothing to be ashamed of. Searches prompted by the soul telling some and keeping some can lead to some of the greatest discoveries of all. So what about this idea of clarity? Got distinct, that kind of ties in with clarity, non-anxious, and clear. Chris?
I think for me, sometimes the lack of clarity is me trying to add shades of meaning onto what a communication. If somebody can say something and it's clear to them, but what you hear might be completely different. And I've seen that, in meditation,
Yeah.
try to justify interpreting the soul's message this way.
Right.
And doesn't work out, but.
Yeah. It's true. We can't, even between people, even going beyond listening for soul messages, but between people, I can only be responsible for my intention and my clarity in what I present. I cannot be responsible for how my message is received. That part isn't mine. And so the soul is very clear, he's saying, very clear in its message that it puts out, but we may not be in a clear enough space to hear the truth of the message. Sherry?
Most times for me, the message is very clear,
Yeah.
and then I don't want to.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Out
Yeah.
of fear.
Right.
Or not enoughness.
Yeah.
Oh, that can't possibly be for me.
Right.
I couldn't possibly do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's clear and I don't want to admit it.
Yeah. A lady named Melissa Felipe wrote a song, I'll have to share it with you maybe next week, called Kicking and Screaming Down the Road of Transformation. That's what that reminds me of.
Oh my God.
So I do agree that there is clarity, and sometimes the clarity is right here, excuse me, and sometimes it feels like the clarity is coming.
Right.
And something has to ripen in me to be fully ready for the clarity to arrive in a way that I can say, okay, and this.
Right. Yeah.
So sometimes when I open up in the question, what now, my soul? What now, God? I'm waiting for something to become clear.
Yes.
And I'm aware that I'm just allowing that to float and that something is coming.
Yeah.
Just
Just
be a time when I know.
Yeah. Just the open willingness for it to become clear.
Yes, the willingness for it to become clear.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Okay, one, maybe two. I don't know if that was a hand or not.
No.
Okay, one more and then one.
I had an experience yesterday where I was in nature. I was up at Mount Shasta, Vortex, Ascension Rock, the whole thing. And we get to this place called Ascension Rock, and it's a beautiful park. It's red fir flats, something like that. And on this rock that I was attracted to was this dried bouquet.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, God, I like that. Oh, but it can't be mine. Somebody must have left it for someone. So I'm ignoring it and I'm moving on and I walk around and I come back and I said, well, it seems like it's for me. And again, it was, well, do I deserve it? Should I? Do I
Right.
deserve it? Should I take it? And then I remembered that when I sign my little notes, whatever, I always do something and I always add a bouquet
Mm-hmm.
most of the time. And I think, true or untrue, I believe that that was left for me as a thank you
Mm-hmm.
for being in that and willingness and going, and having kept a very open and fluid, so I took it.
Mm-hmm. Good for you.
Yeah, good for me.
You received the gift.
I received the gift.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so lighthearted is the next quality. They're both very short, so I'm gonna do lighthearted and challenging back to back. There is a space in your soul that has never known fear and never will. Your soul knows that through it all is well. With such blessed assurance, the soul, more than it is known for doing, delightfully risks playfulness and joy. Your soul does not shy away from alluring you. With prodding nudges and with messages offered in hopes that you can't resist imagining, smiling, and laughing. And on the backside of that, challenging. As lighthearted as it can be, your soul will dare to ask questions designed to grow you. That being the case, the soul will utter things you may not want to hear, but need to hear in order to become better. Because the soul has your transformation in mind, it is more than willing to present truth that may first trouble you on the way to setting you free. Lucinda.
My journey.
Your journey. 2 words, sum that up. My journey.
One thing I've stopped using as part of my story is Spirit is dragging me, kicking and screaming into. I cannot tell you how many times I've said that. But I will say something else, is that a lot of times I've said, I am not going to do something.
Mhm.
And I've made this very definite statement, I'm not doing it.
Mhm.
And it's almost like God started laughing and said, "You want to bet?"
The soul says the reason you're feeling that intense resistance is because that's part of what you're here to do. Yeah, sometimes that can be the case. The soul, however, is patient, he says. Nowhere in the soul is the soul's patience more evident than in its abiding willingness to repeat itself over and over and over again. With lavish grace, your soul will never make you feel guilty for not having heard something well the first, or the 14th, or the 40th time. Embedded within such patience is a relentless insistence that should not be underestimated or ignored. The soul knows how ignorant we can innocently be, and sometimes deliberately choose to be. So the soul will keep seeking to arouse us with the same wisdom presented in different forms that we may eventually see the light. Yet soul tenacity is not beyond wounding. It is possible for soul patience to be strained. When this happens, our souls become restless. Feeling denied and diminished, your soul may cry out. Just because your soul is patient and persevering doesn't mean it can't know deep suffering and rage. When your soul cries out, it is time to listen like never before. I had a very definite experience of soul crying out through something outside of myself, and it was definitely time to listen. There can be times it might be crying from within, but often it's not from within, it's from something else that happens. Because maybe you've resisted a change, or you've been intentionally ignoring something. Chris?
I was reminded of the metaphor of the invitation envelopes. You get the
Uh-huh.
first invitation in the ivory envelope.
Right.
And if you ignore it, then the next one comes in a pink envelope, and it's a little more insistent. And
Mm-hmm.
then the next one comes in a red envelope,
Yeah.
and it's much more. That's that wounded soul saying, "Look, you got to listen."
Right. It's time to pay attention.
The 2x4.
The 2x, yeah.
The frying pan to the forehead.
Yeah, right.
So, what are you taking with you from our conversation today? Anything that wants to be shared, you're welcome to just keep it within and take it with you also. But if there's anything else that wants to be spoken. April?
See, I think that'll know thyself,
Mm-hmm.
for me goes a lot deeper than just who you are, how you
Mhm.
are, what you are. And a lot of times, I think we collect so much lint on the roller, it's
Mhm.
hard to see the original color anymore.
Right.
And stripping away a lot of those things and being able to know yourself enough to say, why am I not moving?
Right.
Why am I not getting this? Why am I not acting?
Mhm.
What is stopping me? What are these things that I've collected?
Right.
And just like any other relationship, for me, the relationship with my spirit comes from cultivating that over a long period of time and building trust.
Right.
Okay, you're saying this, I'll do it, let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
No question, I'll just try it, let's see what happens, because I can always change course.
Right.
If that, when, everybody was like, don't move to Reading, that's crazy, why would you do that? And I said, because the road goes two ways.
Right.
If I get over there and it's a hot mess and I decide to leave, I can go right back down the freeway and go
Yep.
right back where I was, or maybe somewhere else, or whatever, who knows,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna move. And I think sometimes that trust is very hard
Yeah.
to develop, to be like, okay, sometimes I'll get a message and I'll just do it. And then some people need to know, like, well, why? What's gonna happen? What's the point? And, you know, it's like, what's the worst that can happen if I do, and what's the worst that can happen if I don't? I mean,
Right.
and I think over time developing trust with myself, I don't get like a still small voice, you know, like it's different for a lot of people. Did you know
Yeah.
that a huge percentage of the population has no internal monologue?
Mm-hmm.
And that we all think that, those of us who have that,
Right.
and it sounds like your own voice in your own head, that there's a huge population
Yeah.
of people on the planet who do not have an internal monologue.
Mm-hmm.
They see things in 3D picture, and I
Right.
can't do that. I can't pull up something in my mind and see every tiny detail on it and create this thing inside my mind that looks real as if it's in my head. I can't do that,
Yeah.
but there's a huge population that can.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird how we all you have this internal way of seeing or knowing or doing,
Right.
the way we process. Sometimes I just get something that yells at me, and a lot of times if I didn't do it instantly,
Mhm.
then something instantly would happen.
Mhm.
And it's allowed me to be in a position where I have been able to intervene or act on the behalf of others or myself, and it happens an instant before it happens, and it's really weird, and I've learned to trust it.
Yeah.
So I get this yelling voice inside me that goes, stop, right, or move, so just like a single command, and if I don't do it, an instant later, a car smashes into the side of the car behind me.
Right.
Or, you know, a baseball comes careening at a baby's head and something yelled at me, move, and I just snatched it out of the sky, and I don't know where, but I heard it first.
Uh-huh.
And not a lot of people have that or move on that, but if I didn't, I think about that and I think, what if I didn't trust myself?
Right.
What if I didn't listen?
Mm-hmm.
And what could happen? And it's allowed me to have this deep relationship with me.
Right.
And my spirit guardians or guides or my own self or whatever it is that speaks to me,
Mm-hmm.
we trust each other.
Yeah.
You know, and it's allowed other people to trust me in my life as well. Anyone who's ever been in a situation with me, I guarantee you if the building was on fire and everyone in here ran that way and I ran that way, that woman behind me is running behind me because we've been through so much together.
Yeah.
And it's allowed me to become a huge part of who I am in the world. Whether I'm at work with the elderly or disabled, whether I'm in the grocery store, wherever I am, I know that that part of me is an unshakable, innate part of me that I brought with me.
Mm-hmm.
And if I did not listen to myself, if I did not sit down and receive those messages and then act, because it's up to us to act,
Right.
or if I stayed comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
then where would I be right now? I might still be in Southern California working a dead-end job and be looking for this miserable relationship that would work just enough or whatever, and I would not be here.
Right.
And if you look back at your own life's journey, wow, man, the miles that we've covered and the
Yeah.
choices that we've made and who we get to be in the world today
Right.
is because we moved.
Right.
Maybe not in one day, but
Every little choice
Every
followed
single
by
one
an
of us.
action has brought us right to where we are right now, which is the perfect place for us to be right now.
no wrong choice, no
No,
right choice.
right.
Just choice and act of doing.
Yeah. So, okay, and then I'm going to wrap up with prayer right after
I
you.
was just gonna say, sometimes it's just an instinct,
Yes.
you know, and we don't know why.
Right.
It's, I instinctively go a little slower when I'm coming off of a traffic light, and I miss a bicyclist by this much when he suddenly makes a turn right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Or I just have this instinct I should go a different direction, and I make a turn that I wouldn't normally make, and it's like, why did I do that?
Right.
I don't know, and I really don't need to know,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
I obviously didn't need to be somewhere on that street at that time.
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And so it's not a voice, it's
Right. Just an instinct, an insight, intuition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So I'm going to close this with prayer. I invite you, if you'd like, to join in a prayer of affirmation today. And then following that, I invite you all to, we're going a couple minutes longer today just because we have a lot of new things coming up, classes, activities. So it would be nice for you to listen through the invitations and then also grab a bulletin which has everything in it too. But joining me now in affirmation. So focusing on the qualities of spirit, some of the many qualities: love, life, and light, peace and power, joy and beauty and freedom. These are just a few of the inherent qualities of the one source. Right here and right now, I acknowledge and accept these divine qualities as part of my human expression. I call them forth to shine light into every area of my life. In every moment, I remember who I am and why I'm here, to offer my gifts to the world, to play my part in this dance of life with authenticity and integrity. As I move into this week, I ask for guidance. I trust that guidance awaits. What is mine to do? What is my greatest contribution? I listen day by day, and I act accordingly. I come into greater and greater alignment with the truth of who I came here to be. And in walking through the world in this way, I'm tending the soul of humanity. With a deep sense of peace, I'm grateful for my life. I'm thankful for the many blessings of this and every day. I bring an acute awareness now to the many hands and hearts that it took to bring the feast to our lunch table. From the ones who planted the seeds, to the ones who tended and harvested the crops, those who drove the trucks, stocked the shelves, checked out our groceries, and those who generously purchased and lovingly prepared the food for our enjoyment, a ministry in itself. Filled with deep humility and gratitude, I release this prayer now, trusting that a prayer spoken and deeply felt is a prayer answered, and everything that unfolds from this moment on is one step in the answering of that prayer. And so I just let it go. I let it be what it wants to be. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. Thank you for the great conversation today. It's just the springboard for our month spent with the soul, so it should be a good month. As we close our time in conversation, we offer an opportunity for you to share of your financial well-being, should you choose to do that. If you are at home and online, you can go to mysticheart.org and you'll find a donate button or a mailing address. We are an independent, self-sustaining organization, so we depend on your generous gifts of support. And if you have found value in this time together, feel free to share the love. We also have a gracious giving program for those who would like to make a heartfelt monthly commitment so that we can more effectively plan for our growth and our budgeting. And as we do that, I'm going to present a video that we've shown before, but it's been a long time because we do so live in such an overflow of abundance that we sometimes forget. This is called Living in the Overflow.
Living in the overflow, we're covered by your love, moving with the Holy Ghost. You're more than enough. I'm walking in your freedom now, covered by your grace, witnessing your healing power. We have been changed. Bless the Lord, bless the Lord, oh my soul. I am living in the overflow. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. I am living in the overflow. God, you are the sovereign one. You've given us your name. We declare your kingdom come. Forever you reign. I'm living in the overflow. The bound and now set free. Everywhere we go, we see the victory. Say, bless the Lord, oh my soul. I am living in the overflow. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. I am living in the overflow. Praising God, your Spirit, Lord. And now we walk in everywhere we go, we see miracles. Say, pour it out. Say, pour it out. Say, thank you, Lord, for everything that you've done, every way that you made. Say, thank you, Lord. Oh, say, bless the Lord, oh my soul. I am living in the overflow. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. I am living in the overflow. Say, I am living in the
You gotta admit that whatever else it is, evangelicals got the praise music thing down.
Yes.
They really get into their
Yes,
praise
they do.
music.
And
It's-
I
it's-
stand before you knowing that I am, we are, and this community is living in the overflow of time, talent, and treasure. So I give thanks for the generosity that comes through you from Spirit so that we can learn, love, and thrive. I want to give a big shout out to the cleaning fairies. And over the course of Mystic Heart, we've had several. And currently, it is Bob and Lucinda Alton, and I do believe sometimes Brenda. So
Brenda, yeah.
I give great thanks because we get to have a clean, healthy environment. So thank you. And I remembered to stay. This is good. Okay. Please stick around and listen to the invitations, and I'll do my best to be brief because the food is calling. Okay. Mystic Heart Book Club meets every Tuesday from 3 to 5, and we are beginning a new book this week, and I'm very excited, Braiding Sweet Grass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. And it weaves together indigenous wisdom, ecology, spirituality into a rich, beautiful memoir that speaks to our hearts. And then this Wednesday from 11 to 1 p.m., Chris Johnson begins his study of the Bhagavad Gita, and then from 2 to 5, Reverend Diana begins Science and Spirit, a study in consciousness. And check the bulletin online for more information. There is a pre-reading assignment, so you have a couple of days. Fast Track to Wellness meets every Thursday from 11 to 1. It has been changed to 11 to 1 now. We are listening to and discussing an amazing book called Good Stress, the health benefits of doing hard things. This Thursday from 2 to 5, Reverend Diana is beginning her Shadow and Story class. And again, check the bulletin and online for more information. There is also pre-reading to this assignment for week 1.
There are a couple extra books in the lending library that go with that class. So.
All right, extra books if you need them. Looking ahead, Mystic Heart fundraiser Mexican train game, Monday, September 22nd from 1 to 3:30, and feel free to bring BYOB. If you prefer something other than coffee, tea, or water, suggested donation and $5 or beyond. Remembering dates for the month are October 27th, and the next one after that will be November 17th, and there will be no meeting in December. And it's all in the bulletin. You will have no reason to not know. Echoes of Summer, Whispers of Fall, a monthly sound bath and midweek reset, September the 24th from 6:30 to 7:30 with April and Malay. There is more information available in the September bulletin in the back. Flyers are out there as well. Check online. There are information for new cards, but nobody's new here. You're all familiar, so that's good. Prayer requests, I am available in service to you should you need that. I would be in the prayer practitioner room. Fill out any prayer card if you're a little more shy, and we will get it to the prayer team, and you will be prayed for. So, take it away.
I was waiting for you.
Oh, I thought you wanted to go in first.
Alrighty.
There we go. We have certain order here, otherwise we don't fit. All right, here we go. Oh, that's not what we're doing. We're doing that. All together, hand in hand, we see the light, we take a stand, and we are changing. A whole new life for you and me. Take your past and set it free.